That's it. I'm done. Put a fork in me. It's like PUBG Mobile, the Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka got together, took some LSD and made a shooter. There is a chicken in Pachinki. I don't even know anymore. Uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom. Well, if you thought the chicken was wild, stick around. We're going to see a lot more than that. This is PUBG Mobile China, the game for peeps, and there is so much going on in this client and so much going on in the game that's absolutely wild. We're going to look at all of it that I found anyway, and we're also going to have a look at the most important thing for me, which was the Mozan the Garn, the sniper rifle, the Kar 98 clone that is on the Erangel map here. I wasn't able to find it on any other maps. In fact, I was hardly able to find it at all. You might note that the client just looks spectacular. I'm running this, and I don't know why, but I'm running this at like just top shelf settings, and it just runs so smooth. Even with all the graphics maxed out, look at it. It looks absolutely incredible. There was so much going on and so many cool things that I found, not the least of which was there was an FPV that had people in it. Didn't find any cheats either, any hackers, which was bloody lovely. There were events all over the place. Not having gun skins was a little bit annoying because getting to play FPV but not having any gun skins, which is literally the coolest part of the game, was very frustrating. There were some very cool things though. When you kill people, you loot their gear. Like, look at this suit. This suit has like lights on it and flashing eyeballs and all kinds of crazy things. There was fireworks. I'll show you this clip here. I was playing, no, not this one, the next one. I was playing in a normal game on Erangel. I had no idea what was going on. And then just out of nowhere, and I don't know what any of the messages mean either. Like, no idea what's going on. It just got dark, and then a countdown started, and I just like, hey, Gexy, what's going on? He's like, I don't know. Asked me about on sport. And I jumped in the car and just started driving towards a flare drop while the sky exploded into pretty lights. I don't know. But this stuff happens everywhere. It is like, there is so much going on in this client at all times, and there are so many bells and whistles, not the least of which is finding a glider. And woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, we're off into the wild blue yonder. It was amazing. Every time I turned a corner, there was something else really, really cool. And we are generally a couple of patches on global behind the Chinese version. It's like Chinese version, then beta, then global. They've got the Mosin, the gun. There's things that don't. Also, like, there was like a whole snow thing going on, and this gun would shoot, and if you run over the snowman, it trapped you for like a second. And yeah, and then I started hearing music, and I'm like, what is going on? Why is there music? And I looked up in the sky, and I swear to God, there was just a sleigh going past with reindeer pulling it. Again, Willy Wonka, LSD, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is Saveni. I decided to drop because there was a mark on the map that looked like a reindeer. And there was just people everywhere, and there was a flare and a Christmas tree. And I was just... I just don't even. They have... It's like they are playing deluxe version of PUBG Mobile. It's very disconcerting, though, that they don't have hit markers and there's no blood. So I couldn't tell when I was getting headshots and things like that. And the kill feed looked really, really weird. Oh, king of the kill feed. King of the kill feed is the best thing ever. This kept Gangsy and I going for hours. Watch when I kill this guy. Let's just look again. Watch how it'll pop up with like a flag with guns crossed behind it. And that means that I now have the most kills in the entire game. So everyone knows that that guy is on fire. And when you kill someone, it comes up with your little symbol. And it basically made Gangsy and I just compete for king of the kill feed every time. He probably got me 4 out of 5 times, but I got there. I got a couple of them, and it was really, really good fun. The glider was excellent. It gave you a great overview, and it's like you can cross. It burns fuel, but you know, forget about your bridge camping. Just duck off, and a great opportunity for people to switch seats and have sniper shots out the back. And there is content gold written all over that thing. Absolutely glorious. And I mean, you make an entry in. There was a lot of really, really weird gameplay metas. Lots of snaking like on Asia and stuff. It was very same, and my ping was only about, 5-10% more than Asia. See this bar down the bottom of my health bar as well? This was the other thing that was really, really interesting. I didn't realize this, but you can boost, and you see that countdown? If you're boosted, you can stay in the blue zone until that countdown goes, and then you can boost up again and just stay in the blue zone. And that number drops the further the game goes on and the harder the blue zone goes. But at the same time, like, if you don't know that and you can't read any of the Chinese language stuff, oh, hello, then you don't realize this. And so I'm just like dancing around here waiting for the blue zone while I'm gatekeeping a guy, but it's just not the same. You don't gatekeep like that in PUBG Mobile in China, in Game for Peace. You'll note also people don't die. They like say goodbye because it's all about Game for Peace. It's not like violent, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's an incredibly cool take on the client. This really annoyed me. I was like playing solo squads, obviously, because I'm low tier, and the whole thing about this was like, I was like, oh, that's cool. I've got plenty of time. I'm only just next to the zone. I think there's another guy around here. I'll just keep dancing around, and as soon as my boost runs out, I instantly died. I had no idea that would happen, but it happened. This is another thing that I think would be brilliant for the normal client, the global client. You can see that there is a big screen up there, and it keeps changing. And I didn't realize at first, and I'm like, hey, that's me up there. Because this is like our first game of FPP. And you've got to get to, I think, level 15 before that works. And it's showing you the highest rated players in the game as they come in. And those people will just vanish and then reappear as someone else. And so like you're seeing, you and your mates are seeing who's the highest rated player. There was snowmen everywhere. It's just gear everywhere. It's just things going on absolutely freaking everywhere. It was mayhem. Yeah, the fact that there was an FPPQ was just a huge no-brainer for me. Let's have a look at the Mosin Nagant. I'll give you my thoughts on it because it will probably come to global in the near future. If it's here, it'll probably go to global. Oh, did I mention glass? There's glass in the windows. Like, they have glass in the windows. It is so cool. It's just so freaking cool. And like, break the window first. I felt like I was in a shootout. It's like a Kar 98, slightly less damage, ever so slightly. I don't think enough to make a difference. The shell velocity is a little bit slower as well, which is funny because I found it, like, I think it's not quite as good as the Kar 98, but I found it much more difficult to get a Mosin than I did to get a Kar 98. Kar 98s were pretty common, like they are in Erangel normally, but the Mosin was a little bit less common. It also has a little more bullet drop, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. That poor grub was looting. Always the best time. This was wild. I don't know what was going... I've never seen this in my life. 3 people standing in a corner. Look at this. I'm like, is that 3 people? What? What just happened? Like, people are wild. This is the bullet drop. There's a gunfight going over just under Castle in ruins, and I'm able to lay this right. It's a super freaking far target. I'll actually make this a little bit bigger. You'll see how I drop it just over the top of that. Let me replay that. You're going to see there's the head just moving around there. This is actually pretty handy. This is something that you don't get a lot of with the Kar 98 and co, but it's got a little more bullet drop, so you can actually drop it over walls and things, which I kind of like. I know it's not as easy to aim, but at the same time, I feel pretty comfortable with it. The sounds in Game for Peace are phenomenally good. Like, the sound of the Mosin is absolutely glorious. Like, no joke. It sounds incredible. And the reload animations and stuff are great. The M416 sounds different. Everything just sounds a little bit different. There was just so much. The bolt action being recocked. Oh my goodness. It sounds glorious. And when you win, you get a crate. Like, if you're the MVP or whatever, you get a crate. And it comes down, and then you shoot the crate, and it blows up, and then a whole heap of chickens come out, and you can hold that aloft like a champion that you truly are. There you go. Welcome to being a champion. So, I just found it overall to be incredibly enjoyable. The ping was, I mean, it's really only slightly worse than my normal ping on Asia, which is pretty funny. It's much better than my ping on NA. And there were just all kinds of giggles and laughs. Taking people's gear, I mean, there's wingsuits and things in here. Their skins are incredible, and there's so much happening in the client that it's just insane. You can get just about anything. I haven't bought anything. I probably won't play here too often, but I am enticed by the fact that there is very unlikely to be a heap of cheats because it's tied into your login is your WeChat, and that's all about, you know, your social scores and things. So there's a big disincentive here for people to cheat, which is, mate, I didn't have one death where I was like, that's BS. And I played 2 games in a row on Global where the guys got banned now, like immediately. Or one of them, he's not banned yet, but he will be. I rage logged out yesterday, and then I came back and got killed after hot chopping Hacienda del Patron in solos and getting 8 kills, coming out with a freaking orm and a Raza and something like this, 51% headshot rating. Just
也可查看倒计时，得知剩余时间。
You know,
时间不多了，快进入信号接收
it's
区，
crown
否则
too,
将会
but
被淘
like
汰。
honestly in solos it's hard to get queues and things, and that's I think I'm top
时间不
1500
多
or
了，
something
快进
on
入
the
信号
server,
接收
like,
区
which is just，
否则
insane
将会被淘汰。
for there to be that many hackers and whatever. I didn't find any in-game for peace.
信号值越低，承受攻击会加
And I
重。
have no idea what
可
she's
用能量
saying.
饮料、
There's
止痛药等
something where
回
you
复信号
can...
值。
I don't know what she's saying. Also, screen lock still happens. You're going to see me screen lock here in just a second and absolutely not clutch up, which was very, 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 very unhappy for me. They are around. I'm going to do the old... And it's quite funny that this is... I did a video on this strat for spotting snakes that Fake Jacob showed me. And it was in this exact position. Look at the smoke. Like, there's a little circle. It's incredible. It's like deluxe, the deluxe version. It is the deluxe version. Look at this skin. I mean, good golly, Miss Molly. It is phenomenal. Love the M16 too. The M16 seems to be even better on Game for Peace than it is on the global version, on the global client. You'll see the screen lock coming in just a second. Here it comes. And there. Excellent. That's got to be close. Look after yourselves, boys and girls. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, if you want to see more of that kind of stuff, I can provide. And as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.